Why play is not childish, it's evolutionary and fun. When was the last time you ran for absolutely no reason? And I don't mean on a treadmill, I mean Phoebe Buffet from Friends running, not to catch a train, not to burn calories, not because you were late, just because it was fun. When was the last time you laughed so hard you couldn't breathe? Not at something clever, not at something ironic, but at something completely ridiculous. When did you stop playing? Because here's something most adults don't realize. You didn't outgrow play, you were trained out of it. And today, we're taking it back. What happened to play? There's a strange shift that happens somewhere between childhood and adulthood. As children, we're allowed to be loud, messy, imaginative, absurd. We invent worlds out of nothing. We turn sticks into swords. We sprint through parks like we're being chased by dragons. We laugh at absolutely nothing, and no one questions it. In fact, they expect it. But then something changes. We get older. We get serious. We get responsible. Suddenly, play becomes something you grow out of. Running becomes exercise. Dancing becomes choreography. Laughing too loud becomes embarrassing. Pranks become immature. And somewhere along the way, the unspoken rule sets in. Adults don't play. Adults perform. We perform productivity. We perform stability. We perform composure. And if we're not careful, we perform adulthood so well that we forget we are still biological creatures wired for movement, creativity, and spontaneous joy. Here's the truth. Play isn't a childish phase. It's a survival mechanism. Across mammal species, lions, wolves, dolphins, primates, play is how young animals learn coordination, social cues, boundaries, and resilience. But here's what's fascinating. They don't stop playing when they grow up. They play differently. Adult wolves still chase each other. Adult dolphins still leap and splash. Adult primates still wrestle for fun. Because play does something to the nervous system that nothing else does. It teaches flexibility, and flexibility is survival. When you play, your brain enters a state that is both alert and relaxed at the same time. It's not stress, it's not boredom, it's adaptive engagement, which means you're practicing how to move through unpredictability without going into fear. Let that sink in. Play is rehearsal for uncertainty. And what is life if not unpredictable? But here's where modern adulthood has gone slightly sideways. We've replaced play with consumption. Instead of participating, we scroll. Instead of creating, we observe. Instead of moving, we sit. And then we wonder why we feel flat, rigid, mentally tired, but emotionally understimulated. It's because your system isn't asking for more seriousness. It's asking for play, not distraction. Play. There's a difference. Distraction numbs you. Play enlivens you. Distraction pulls you away from your body. Play brings you fully into it. And when adults say things like, "I just don't feel joy like I used to," it's often not because joy disappeared. It's because play did, and without play, the nervous system becomes efficient, but not flexible. Productive, but not creative. Capable, but not light. So this isn't about acting like a child. It's about remembering you are still a living organism with a brain and body that evolved through movement, laughter, and shared silliness. Play is not regression, it's regulation. And once you understand that, it changes everything. The science, why play, literally rewires your brain. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Play isn't just fun, it is neurobiological gold. When you engage in genuine play, not scrolling, not passive entertainment, but actual playful interaction, your brain releases a specific cocktail of chemicals. Dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin, and sometimes even serotonin. But this isn't the same dopamine hit you get from a notification or a like. That dopamine is sharp and short-lived. It spikes and drops. Play dopamine is different. It's layered with connection, movement, unpredictability, and feedback. It builds neural pathways instead of just lighting them up. Which means when you play, you are literally strengthening your brain's ability to adapt, problem solve, regulate stress, connect socially. There's research in neuroscience that shows play increases neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to form new connections. And what does that mean in simple language? It means play keeps you flexible, mentally flexible, emotionally flexible, even socially flexible. And flexibility is resilience. Think about it. When children play, they are constantly rehearsing. What happens if I fall? What happens if I lose? What happens if someone laughs? What happens if I get chased? They are building micro-resilience through safe uncertainty. Now imagine adulthood without that. No playful unpredictability, no safe failure, no harmless teasing, no silly competition. What happens? the nervous system becomes hyper-serious. It treats small stressors like threats. It loses the ability to distinguish between danger and discomfort. And suddenly, a minor disagreement feels overwhelming. A small embarrassment feels catastrophic. A mistake feels like identity collapse. Because you haven't rehearsed flexibility in years, play does something extraordinary. It activates what psychologists call the broaden and build effect. When you're in a playful state, your perception widens. You think more creatively, you see more options. You become less rigid in your thinking. That's why some of your best ideas come when you're laughing with friends, not staring at a spreadsheet. It's why couples who joke survive conflict better. It's why teams that banter perform better under pressure. Play increases cooperation. It lowers cortisol, your stress hormone. It synchronizes heart rhythms between people. It improves memory. It strengthens emotional bonding. And here's something powerful. Play signals safety. When two humans tease each other lightly, laugh, or playfully compete, their nervous systems are communicating, "I am safe with you." And safety is the foundation of mental health. You cannot feel joyful if you do not feel safe. You cannot feel creative if you are in fight or flight. Play shifts you out of survival mode, not through meditation, not through analysis, but through embodied experience. And here's the part that might surprise you. Adults who maintain playful behaviors, humor, light pranks, spontaneous movement, show lower markers of chronic stress over time. Because their nervous systems get regular reminders, life is not only threat. Life is also interaction. And when you lose that, something subtle happens. Your world becomes serious by default. Everything feels weighty. Everything feels like it matters too much. But biologically, you were not designed to live in constant seriousness. You were designed to oscillate between focus and play, between effort and lightness, between structure and spontaneity. And if that balance disappears, burnout creeps in quietly. Which is why some of the most responsible adults are also the most exhausted. They forgot that play is not a luxury, it's maintenance. So when you feel silly dancing in your kitchen, or chasing your partner around the house, or hiding behind a door to jump out and scare them, that's not regression. That's nervous system renewal. And that might just be the most underrated wellness tool we have. The emotional and spiritual side of play now, let's step slightly deeper, but still light. Because play doesn't just rewire your brain, it reconnects you to yourself. There's something that happens when you're genuinely playful. Your voice changes, your face softens, your movements loosen, you stop monitoring yourself. And that's the key. Most adults are constantly self-monitoring. How do I look? Did that sound stupid? Am I being too much? Am I being immature? Play interrupts that. For a moment, you are not managing your image. You are inhabiting your body, and emotionally that is huge. Because so much of adulthood becomes performance. Professional performance, social performance, even emotional performance. We curate, we measure, we moderate, but play bypasses performance. It pulls you into authenticity. And authenticity is emotionally regulating. Think about the last time you laughed properly. Not polite laughter, not a small smile, real laughter. For those few seconds, you weren't analyzing yourself. You weren't worrying about tomorrow. You weren't replaying something from yesterday. You were present. Play collapses time. And presence is what most people are chasing through productivity, success, or validation. Spiritually, and I mean this in the grounded human sense, play reconnects you with aliveness. Not identity, not achievement. Aliveness. There's a difference. Achievement says, I did something. Aliveness says, I am something. When you play, you feel yourself again. Before the roles, before the responsibilities, before the expectations layered on top. That's why people get emotional watching adults rediscover play. Because something ancient in us recognizes it. Across cultures, ritual and celebration were playful. Dancing around fires, mock battles, storytelling competitions, games woven into ceremonies. Play was never separate from meaning. It was part of it. We modern humans split everything into categories. Serious, important. Playful to trivial. But historically, that wasn't true. Play was how tribes bonded. How alliances formed. How tension dissolved. How identity strengthened. And emotionally, when you allow yourself to be playful, you send a signal inward. I am safe enough to be light. That sentence alone can undo years of unconscious tension, because many adults carry an identity built around struggle. I'm the strong one. I'm the responsible one. I'm the serious one. And sometimes we don't realize how heavy that identity has become. Play gives you temporary relief from your own narrative. You're not the fixer. You're not the provider. You're not the one holding everything together. You're just a human being chasing someone around the kitchen with a tea towel. And that's sacred in its own quiet way. Play is the only state where creativity, vulnerability, humor, and connection all overlap. You tease someone because you trust them. You prank someone because you know they're safe. You laugh because you feel held in that moment. And when that disappears from adult life, connection becomes transactional instead of relational. Play reintroduces relational energy. It reminds you that you don't have to earn belonging through usefulness. You can belong through joy. And that is emotionally revolutionary. So when we talk about inner child work, it doesn't have to be dramatic or heavy. Sometimes it's as simple as this. Do something unnecessary. Dance badly. Send a ridiculous voice note. Hide behind the sofa and jump out at your partner. Play tag with your kids or your grown-up friends. Because spiritually speaking, play dissolves ego. Not in a mystical way, in a practical way. You can't maintain superiority while laughing uncontrollably. You can't maintain rigid control while pretending the floor is lava. Play humbles you gently, and humility is light. So if you've been feeling heavy lately, this might not be a discipline problem. It might be a play problem. Why adults feel guilty playing. Now here's the uncomfortable part. Most adults don't just forget how to play. They feel guilty doing it. You can see it in real time. An adult starts laughing too loudly and then apologizes. Someone dances for 5 seconds and then says, "Oh God, ignore me." A grown man runs through a park with his child and then looks around to see if anyone is watching. Why? Because somewhere along the way, we absorbed a rule. Play is for children. Seriousness is for adults, and seriousness became associated with worth. If you're serious, you're responsible. If you're responsible, you're respectable. If you're respectable, you're safe. Playfulness became linked with immaturity, and immaturity became linked with failure. So we quietly shut it down. But here's the truth no one says out loud. Modern adulthood is not the same thing as evolutionary adulthood. Our ancestors worked hard. Yes, they hunted. They built. They survived harsh conditions. But they also sang. They wrestled. They told exaggerated stories. They teased each other around fires. Play and survival coexisted. What changed is culture, productivity culture, performance culture, optimize everything culture. If it doesn't generate income, results, or measurable growth, it's seen as waste. Play produces nothing tangible. You can't monetize hide and seek. You can't measure the ROI of a water fight. You can't track productivity gains from a ridiculous prank. So the adult brain, trained in output and optimization, quietly categorizes play as inefficient. And inefficiency feels dangerous in a world that rewards constant output. But biologically, inefficiency is where creativity lives. When you allow yourself to do something that serves no goal, your brain exits performance mode. That's when original ideas form. That's when problem solving becomes intuitive instead of forced. That's when emotional tension dissolves without needing analysis. And here's something subtle. When you stop playing, you often become more rigid in conflict, less forgiving, less flexible, more literal, because play trains perspective shifting. In play, you pretend, you exaggerate, you role reverse. You explore what if, and those same neural skills are what allow you to navigate adult disagreements calmly. So the irony is this: the adults who feel too mature to play are often the ones who most need it. And the guilt? That's conditioning. It's not maturity, it's internalized seriousness. And seriousness, when it becomes chronic, turns into heaviness. You don't have to be heavy to be wise. You don't have to be stern to be strong. In fact, some of the most emotionally intelligent adults you will ever meet are deeply playful. Not childish, playful. They can be serious when it matters, but they're not afraid of silliness. And that tells you something important. It tells you they're secure, because insecure people guard their image. Secure people can laugh at themselves. So if you ever feel that flicker of embarrassment when you start being playful, pause and ask yourself, who told me this was wrong? Was it school? Work culture? A parent who valued discipline over delight? A society obsessed with productivity? Because biologically, your system never outgrew play. It just adapted to the rules around it. And here's the beautiful thing. You are allowed to rewrite those rules. You are allowed to be responsible and ridiculous, grounded and goofy, wise and wild for 5 minutes in the kitchen. There is no evolutionary rule that says adulthood must be heavy. That was learned, and what's learned can be unlearned. Now we bring it home. Bring play back without making it weird. So now the question becomes simple. How do you actually bring play back into adult life without turning into a chaotic toddler? And the answer is beautifully uncomplicated. You start small. Play doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't require planning. It doesn't require money. It requires permission. Permission to be unnecessary. Permission to be slightly ridiculous. Permission to do something that serves absolutely no outcome. That's it. Because the truth is, play already lives in you. You don't have to learn it. You just have to stop suppressing it. Maybe it's hiding behind a door and jumping out at your partner, sending a ridiculous voice note instead of a normal one, playing tag in the garden, doing an exaggerated fake argument about who ate the last biscuit, pretending the floor is lava for 30 seconds. And yes, that last one absolutely still counts. Here's something interesting. When two adults play together, their nervous systems co-regulate. Heart rates soften, muscles relax, eye contact increases, trust deepens, because play communicates something powerful. I am safe with you. That's why pranks, the harmless kind, work so well between close people. It's not about the scare. It's about the laughter after. That shared burst of adrenaline that resolves into connection. That's bonding. And if you think about it, some of the strongest relationships you've ever seen, they joke. They tease, they laugh at stupid things. They don't just discuss responsibilities. They play. Because play keeps resentment from building. It releases tension before it calcifies. It reminds you that life is not just survival. And on a physical level, play moves your body in ways gym routines don't. Unpredictable movement, quick reactions, balance shifts, full body laughter. That's ancient wiring lighting up again. And spiritually, in the grounded sense, play reminds you that you are alive. Not optimizing, not improving, not achieving alive. You are allowed to feel light. You are allowed to feel silly. You are allowed to feel joy that has no explanation. You do not have to earn that. You do not have to justify that. You do not have to monetize that. And here's the part I want to leave you with. If you've been feeling heavy lately, before you analyze it, before you try to fix it, before you assume something is wrong, ask yourself, when did I last play? Not consume, not scroll, not watch someone else be funny. Play, because maybe what your nervous system needs is not another strategy. Maybe it needs hide and seek. Maybe it needs tag, you're it. Maybe it needs you chasing someone around the house with absolutely no dignity and completely no regret. So if I leave you with anything today, I give you permission. Permission to play, permission to be ridiculous, permission to laugh loudly, permission to pretend the floor is lava, permission to do something tonight that produces nothing except connection and joy. And if you do, tell me in the comments, what is the funniest prank you've ever pulled? Or the most ridiculous thing you've ever done just for fun? Let's normalize adults being alive. As always, this has been Valkyrie. Thank you for stopping by. Until next time, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Lanterns up, people.